Denis Romanovskiy leads the AI strategy and infrastructure at SOFTSWISS as the company's chief AI officer. Having previously served as deputy CTO for 5 years, Denis has a proven track record of scaling high-performance platforms and engineering teams. Before joining SoftSwiss, he held key leadership positions at EPAM Systems and Wargaming.net. Denis, welcome to the Future Makers podcast.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure's all mine. So, before we get into AI, I want to start with you. What pulled you towards the world of technology and systems in the first place?
It's childhood. Basically, it was, 90s of the previous century where the computers were a kind of new part of our life. And I sort of liked the computer games and I tried to create some myself. And this way I started to like it. Then at the age of 14, I started to work with a small startup in Belarus. Yeah, it was an accounting software, and it kind of made me work with clients, with businesses, write some software, do everything end to end. Like, you yourself create software, you test it, you deliver it, and you get the feedback. Yeah, and this way I liked it a lot, and it made me into tech. Since then, I work at multiple software development companies. Also, I worked in consulting companies as EPAM, and then I got into wargaming, and now it's SoftSWISS.
Was the environment back then where you were growing up kind of encouraging the young generation to kind of get into technology? Was there kind of this excitement towards technology at that time?
Yes, of course. It was like you could have absolute freedom. There were nobody around who tell you how to do things. Yeah, and you could experiment whatever you wanted. Yeah, and and so in my age of maybe 20, 25, we didn't have like a lot of books, a lot of strong mentors. So we had to research ourselves. It was really exciting that you can build it yourself. And I felt like I'm, the strongest guy in IT in the room very often. So it was really a pleasure. Of course, it changed later, but that time it was great. And nowadays with AI, I feel the same.
I was just going to say, it's this, you began with this, like, I have to be independent in my research. And I mean, right now, we don't really have any rule books for AI. And I guess you're kind of doing the same. You learn as you go, you do the research that you can, but it's a lot more of like, let's experiment and let's try it myself.
Yeah.
And learn from our failures.
That's it, absolutely.
So reflecting on that earlier version of you, what did you think this field was going to be about? And how has the reality changed?
I was expecting it to be slower. And I was expecting that, it would take maybe another 20 to 50 years until we have really thinking machines. But at some point, there were like multiple directions, multiple minds how it will evolve. But at one single moment, it was really clear that the problem could be solved by the amount of compute. And since then, everything changed. And it was absolutely unpredictable. Absolutely. So now we try to, to picture the future. What would it be with AI? And many people, many opinions, but I think nobody can be 100% correct how it will evolve.
What started your own interest into AI?
My own interest. So in SoftSWISS, we operate with a lot of clients around the world, and we deliver like every 2 weeks to all of them. Yeah, and even between these 2 weeks, we have multiple patches. So we have to deliver very often and very fast. And time to market should be super fast. And it was always a problem because client wanted more, wanted faster.
Mm-hmm.
And we, of course, investigated AI as a tool to speed up delivery. And we understood that, it's something that will definitely help, but the field is developing, the field is changing like every week, every month, and we need to be focused. So, imagine that we have these hundreds of systems, hundreds of clients, product features, technical support, business operations, clients with their own problems. So you cannot focus. So we decided that we restructure it, and there will be a person fully focused on AI. Yeah, and I was like, doing some success here and there with proof of concepts, and I had a vision how it can at least look like. Yeah, so we talked internally, talked to founders, talked between each other on C-level, and let's try. So I decided to go this way, and here where I am now. Yeah.
You are the chief AI officer. Now, this is a role that I think even 2 years ago, people would have been like, what is that? So can you explain what that role actually entails and what your day-to-day looks like, maybe your month-to-month? How would you describe that role
Right.
to somebody outside of the company?
So if you consider this role like 2 years ago, like you said, it would be a more technical role where you work, with these machine learning tools, with engineers, and you try to build these prediction models. Yeah, but now it's different. You have the models. We have very strong model providers like OpenAI, like Anthropic, like Google, like many other companies, even in Europe, yeah, and Asia. And it's okay, yeah, and there are good, strong people in tech branch of the company who can do the work. But what we need is to adopt AI in general in the company. And this is where we also experienced a problem. We need, to talk to people. We need to do change management so that people start to use these tools and they do it in a secure way. And we understood that, okay, we need somebody who knows the company pretty well, knows all the departments, all the functions, and can help to coordinate this transformation from, non-AI company to sort of AI native company.
Yeah.
So this is my role now. This is a strategy to do this and how I approach it. So yes, I have a very small technical team that is building what we call AI platform. The main idea with AI platform is to, connect our systems of records where we store all the data into AI, yeah, and do it in a secure way so that we don't expose, data outside. We don't let any security risks, and we make it easy for people to access their data in AI systems. And this is what we do with this platform and this small team. The second thing is AI literacy. So we need to train people to use AI. What I do here, first of all, I worked with our HR department and we created a course for all the people in the company to learn the basics. Yeah. And now we executed this course and people sort of like it. I hope it will be this way. Further, yeah, of course, this course is already a bit outdated, so I need to add new stuff every couple of months. So I'm also planning to do this. So this is about literacy. Then it's about training. It's not like you do the course and everybody start using it. Yeah, you need to do presentations. You need to do workshops. You need to do kind of private sessions with some of the leaders of different departments in the company so that they can feel it, try it, and come to you with questions and then start to work. So I do workshops where, first of all, I collect use cases. Yeah, I see what's going on outside. I try to understand how the other companies use AI and what just real people do through their days of work. Yeah, for example, can you automate some business process? Can you calculate some financial documents? Can you investigate some legal stuff. Yeah, and this is what I did. And then I come to the department. I do a workshop. I show them the potential use cases. Then they come with their own use cases. We create a proof of concepts together. Yeah, then people start to do it themselves, and they return to me, and I guide them. I do not do the work for them. I try to guide them that they, become knowledgeable well enough, and they can do the job themselves. And this way, I see a lot of progress, because there are like already about 50 initiatives registered, and maybe about 100 unregistered, where people already use AI to automate and improve things with AI in their daily life. It's about enabling people. Yeah. So then it's work with vendors. So we have like this OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, a couple of others, and it's important, to talk to them. It's important to have good relations, to understand what kind of terms and subscriptions types, models, features they can provide. Yeah, and they always change, and you need to track, to follow it, and then to explain what are the best practices from these vendors to your people, so that they also can use the best use cases. That's a big piece of work, actually. And after that, imagine that you enabled your people, they start to use it, they start to spend money. Yeah, and you need to track how your company spends money on AI, because it can be very, very fast that they just drain your budget. So you start with like personal limits, then team limits, and the total company limit. Yeah, and you have multiple providers at the same time. People can work with multiple of them, so you need to track. Yeah, and then again, people come, how I spend my money. I want to know why did it drain so fast. Yeah, and then you need to also find the best practices, how to use models, how can you save. Yeah, and you create guides, you create videos, and show people what is the best practice. They learn it, their consumption then goes a little bit down, then it goes up, then it optimizes, yeah, and balance it at some point. And this way you learn people how to use AI properly, not to get the value and not to drain the budget very quickly. So that's a big piece of work. Then it's security. So we have a very strong security team in SoftSWISS, and what you also need to do, you need to first understand their needs. You need to understand the needs of the business teams, the software development teams, and figure out the way how you can put production, customer, business data into AI in such a way that it's secured. And yeah, by the way, and legal department too. Yeah, how to make it secured and how to follow the guides of security, legal, and the rest. It's a big piece of work. Yeah, you have special workflows, how you assign people access, how you make it visible. You need to see the logs, you need to see many things. And here it's a lot of work with legal and security teams. So probably I forgot something. There is a lot of work, but you have to work with different branches of the company. Yeah, like security, like IT department, like software development, product development department, HR, legal, finance, operations, technical support, so that you create this general approach, explain the vision, you find bottlenecks, resolve it, and you coordinate people together so that they can use AI properly and they can grow and automate their stuff with AI.
I want to kind of touch upon, like, you mentioned the education factor. How do you balance, with people who are excited to use the technology with those who are not as maybe adept to learning the skill and may need to take more time? And this is also taking into consideration you are looking at different departments who have different needs, probably use different platforms and different technologies for their different tasks. How do you kind of take that into consideration with, do you take a more personalized approach, or is there something that is generally needed before you can take on that more personalized approach to education?
Mhm. Well, first of all, I do a presentation, yeah, and I share what kind of experience I already have with the other departments. Like I say, okay, guys, it's never perfect, yeah. When I came, for example, into legal department, yeah, everybody said, no, we don't trust it. It can hallucinate, yeah, no good about it, yeah. And I say, okay, this is what was on the start. Yeah. Then I show them what are the use cases. I show them how you can, how they can put data into AI. Yeah. How they see the results, what kind of results they get, how it looks like. Yeah. And how they can check the results. Yeah. And then I show them, okay, nobody trusted it, but in a couple of months I have this champion that already did this kind of proof of concepts and already using it like actively. Yeah. And I always present marketing department that they are kind of, do the most success, of course, after the development department, because the, tech guys, they know AI even better than me. Yeah. Yeah. But marketing department is really great guys. So yeah, that's it, I think.
Let's talk about like iGaming now in general. I'm guessing you have kind of close relation, or at least you have discussions with other people who may be working in the sector. How is AI affecting the sector in general? Maybe within like companies, or even as just across working, thinking about it as a B2C as well.
So if you talk about iGaming, I think AI is still kind of is being like researched and tried by many companies. We don't see immediate effect yet, but I think that the major companies, major businesses, they see a lot of risks and a lot of opportunities. Yeah, and we all understand that sooner or later it will come. Yeah, what risks that you can get some competitors who can very quickly, create a product, try something, yeah, and steal your share in some, market, yeah. Then opportunity, you can create new kind of services. Yeah, you can get new revenue sources if you use AI. And everybody experiment now. Yeah, and now I think it's the time when experimentation continues. And it's still kind of developing. And the main limitations, I think, are the models themselves and the costs of the models. Yeah, because if you want to do something serious, you need, top model. And the top models, they are really very expensive. Yeah, and you can provide your services for your VIP clients, but you cannot, scale it easily to everybody else. Yeah, in among your clients. So you have to create approaches that balance, like less expensive models and some kind of guardrails how to do it. And this is where, the industry is still developing how to do it right. And it has some limitations. And many of the implementation of AI for product features that we see, they are not perfect. Yeah. And many players and operators, they see that it's not, it's not there yet. But if you talk about, internal operations, technical support, client support, and further business process automation, it's coming. It's coming very quickly. And I think the real impact is started this year with the new models of OpenAI and Anthropic, especially because they presented more advanced features of, computer use and tool use. Yeah, and now, for example, with Codex, there is a tool of OpenAI. You can fully automate work of operator on a personal PC. It's another level. Yeah, and you can do similar things with Anthropic models. It's another level. And this is how you can do automation end to end. So now everybody experiments, and I think in like 3, 6, 9 months we will see lots of automations here and there. And we're planning a hackathon next week in SOFTSWISS company group. We already have about 200 people who will participate, and like about 30 teams. Yeah, and only half of participants are engineers. the rest are people from business for all the functions. And they will be using Claude, they will be using ChatGPT, they will be using Codex, maybe Gemini Enterprise, maybe something else too, to automate something from their real daily work.
What has been like the most exciting thing that you've seen? I mean, you're talking about this hackathon, and as soon as you mentioned it, I could see your eyes kind of lighting up because, there is this opportunity that AI has given to people who are coming from a non-engineering background, who may not have maybe even the opportunity to pursue anything within like the sciences or engineering in general. What have you seen as the most like exciting development, even personally, with this AI wave?
I think that the most exciting thing is that it can let people do things that they before couldn't do. Like it enables you. Like if you stuck, yeah, you will never get more resources to solve this problem. Yeah, you don't have access to engineers. Yeah, you don't have access to, you don't have time. Yeah, and you get this AI tool. You understand that you can sort of replace, some of the engineering functions. You can at least do a prototype yourself. You can try it. Yeah, you can test and see that okay, this is how I really can automate it. Yeah, and then you can sell it to your manager and get approval to really make this function fully automated, change it. Yeah, and create a new service, create a new product, whatever. So I think this kind of enablement, this is what excites everybody, that they can get out of their box, yeah, where they put in and they don't have resources to get out of it. So that's it.
And now going on to the opposite end, I kind of want to touch on one of the articles you wrote, which is the Should We Maintain Paranoia About AI in Software Development? And you're arguing for keeping a certain level of skepticism. So what does healthy paranoia around AI look like, especially from inside a company and not just for the individuals using the platforms?
Well, healthy paranoia, I think it's not only AI. I think it's like every day in business, and especially in iGaming. I think people have healthy paranoia every day because it seems that everything is stable. Yeah, and the next day you see that no, and if you feel that everything is okay, then something is in trouble. Yeah. If you have problems now, then it's okay. Yeah, and yeah, with AI, of course, it's also there. When I wrote this article, it was like probably 6 months ago. Now it's all changed. But of course, you have to think how these models are built. Yeah, how these tools for code generating for automation are built. They are built from something from past. Yeah, and you take that is built from past experience, yeah, and you try to give it context and ask it to do something for you today. Yeah, of course, it is not your brain. It is not connected to your brain. Yeah, this context that you give it, it's not perfect. Yeah, and the knowledge was taken from some other people. You never worked with them. You don't know them. Yeah, so how the models behaves. It's not fully predictable. Yeah. So you need to be careful. You need to create guardrails everywhere and never trust it like 100%. Yes, it automates your work, but you need to review it. Review it from time to time. Yeah, build special guardrails. And, sometimes even think about kind of rollback mechanism, yeah, where you let something to happen, but if it goes wrong, can you roll it back without any troubles for your team, for your company, for your revenue streams? Yeah, something like that.
So how do you build that mistrust with your team, with the people within the company? How do you help them both continue wanting to engage in the technology whilst also learning to be cautious?
We suggest everybody to use a sort of a system approach. So I always on my presentations say that, okay, guys, with AI, how you work, it changes. Yeah. So you in past you spend like hours doing the job. Now the job is being done by AI, and you spend like maybe just following it on the screen, like maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, yeah, instead of hours. So AI steals your job, steals your execution of the job. But to do the job right, you need to first of all to think how you to plan how this job will be done with AI. You need to to break it down into steps, and you need to choose the proper tools for each of these step. And then, of course, after AI does the job, you need to validate it, to test it, to ensure that it was done properly. So, and then by catching the problems, you feed back how you do the prompt, how you do the context, so that the next time your models or your agents work much better. And I always present this kind of system approach, and people should do the system approach in their work. Yeah, and I always say that, guys, you are responsible for everything that AI does. Yeah, it's not me, it's not the model. You are responsible. So think, yeah, and this is where you bring the value by doing this part of the job. And forget about the execution. It's boring. Yeah, building this proper system. This is where all the value is.
It's actually something you talked about, I think, in another essay. Don't let the model run wild.
Yeah.
It is about building a specific workflow that you can actually check back on and have this kind of oversight over.
Yeah. And I guess in this article, I also introduced the concept that sometimes you need, a very flexible flow when you automate a process, and you need very rigid flow. Yeah. And you need to combine them together. And this is where AI also brings value, because sometimes you really need flexibility that a human can only give you. And now AI can give it to you too. So how you can achieve it? You can combine an agent that does something by reasoning, and something by using the code. Yeah, because code, programming code, like Python, like Ruby, like whatever, Golang, for example. Yeah, it can give you this rigid process, and the AI can give you this flexible process. And when you want to be flexible, you just go flexible. When you want to be rigid, you just ask the script, okay, now do this job, to the instruction. Yeah, don't think about any other options. Yeah, and this way you do this rigid part, and then you get back again to AI, and this way you can get much better, much more predictable results.
I know a few, maybe even like half a year ago, there was this craze going over, oh, you have to write the correct prompt. You have to write the correct prompt. That is kind of how you're going to be able to control the outcome or the output. But I think what you're trying to say is that it's not just
Not
a
enough.
prompt.
Why it's not enough? Well, first of all, because the models are built to be adaptable to achieve the results. Yeah. And if the model see that it has an obstacle, it will try to find a workaround to solve the problem. And sometimes these workarounds can be really crazy. Yeah. So you need to control it. And sometimes you also need to use a bit cheaper, more cost-efficient models, because you want to automate the process. Yeah. And automating process with top most expensive models is not reasonable. Yeah. And these models, they can be stronger, they can do exactly what you say, but it's not going to let you build the economic effect that you want. Yeah. So you need to take like model that is not that large and not that expensive for a single run. Yeah, and that is why you need these special tools to control how it behaves.
I heard there's this comparison of an AI to like raising a teenager. The teenager needs enough room to be able to, have the freedom to kind of move through their day. But they also need those rules and to understand where the limits are and how to kind of process. Yes, they're going to rebel.
It's a good analogy. It's a good one. Yeah.
I want to, now that we're talking about, keeping an eye out on the different stages, let's talk about human oversight. I feel like this phrase is tossed around a lot, but not a lot of people actually understand what it means. Can you define what you think human oversight is and what it actually looks like when working with AI?
It's something that I already presented today. It's this system approach
Mm-hmm.
where you apply systems thinking, right? And you basically you build a process where this is your part, this is part of AI, this is your part again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you build a prompt, you set a goal,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you give a context. AI does the job. You analyze it with AI. You analyze it yourself. You understand what is right, what is wrong. You give feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the role of a human here is to create a system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ensure that its system works end to end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that there is a proper feedback loop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that the human can the human has enough evidence to understand what is right, what is wrong, and the human can act
Mm-hmm.
to improve the flow that the next time it works properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the human can stop it, reverse it if it does something wrong. Yeah, and the more often you run it, of course, the less you will be a part of this loop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but still you need guardrails that if something is happening, you can understand what is wrong. You can find all the logs, and you can revert it because any perfect system can still break because the models evolve. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the models also change from quarter to quarter. Yeah, and even sometimes the providers can change something small and the model behaves differently. So you never sleep. You always look a little bit around it and ensure that it works properly. So yes, once again, it's the system approach, and the human is a part of the system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ensure that you can control it.
Mm-hmm.
You have all the tools that you can use to adjust it if something is wrong, and you can understand that something is really wrong. That's it.
You talked about like you have the tools to be able to adjust it.
Mhm.
And a lot of those tools are basically skills that you needed to have developed in order to do that. And I'm not talking only about hard skills, but also soft skills. Jobs are evolving, and a lot of people's jobs will be looking at having that kind of role within human oversight.
You know what is funny that people. I have this kind of I call this guy my mentor, Nate B. Jones. He talks a lot about AI in YouTube, in Substack, and he says that we all need to develop taste. Yeah, and sometimes you should understand if this artifact is good or bad from the taste. That you very immediately see that something is good or something is bad, and you can act quickly. And this way you can make this turnaround quick and get the better results. It's questionable, but it's nice. I look at it. Probably he's right. So taste is important. Instinct, taste, yes, exactly.
It's kind of like when people are saying, "Oh, there's going to be a lot of people are going to be fired from jobs." What we should be talking about is actually who has these tastes and instincts, who has been in these sectors for long enough to be able to be able to kind of pinpoint an error from an output immediately just from that instinct.
Yeah, you're right. But you mentioned, firing people. It's painful topic. My feeling is that it's not going to be the case that we will be like firing a lot of people in companies. Basically, I believe there are two ways. Yeah, one way is to automate work of people and get rid of people, and the other way is to train people to use AI that they can improve services for their clients, for their business and their companies, and get much more success on the market. And we following the second approach. Yeah, I think the companies that will do it, they will have most of the success. And for people, I think now it's the time to to learn AI, to adapt their work, their processes to use AI maximum, and then they will avoid this possibility that they will lose the job, or if somehow they will lose it, they will very quickly find a new one. You can see it from past, that the same technology changes where around the world. People in past were called computers. Not the computers, but people. But they all you lose the job like immediately? No, it was the small process when things changed. I think we will experience something similar here. And what we all can do, we should help people to adapt to this change, give them knowledge, give them opportunity, and it will be just fine.
What about the people who are now just entering the job market? Is there, or even those people looking at about to start maybe university or just looking at a career or whatever career is possible for them, is there any point now to pursue engineering degrees?
Absolutely. Engineering is engineering. You need to understand the systems. The systems are quite complex. And with AI, you can build much more complex systems. And the things that in past were just not possible, now with AI, you can build 3-5 times more complex systems, and you can control them. And it means that we'll need even brighter heads who can manage these systems. So it's absolutely. But, understand that if you go into engineering, you need to, dig quite deep. Don't stay like on the shallow ground. You need to go deep into the water to understand how this everything works. How front end, back end, cloud, everything works together. Because this is where the value will be. And you will not write code, but you will explain AI what kind of system you want to build. Explain what behavior you expect. And things like that. And it's all the engineering field. It will stay for sure.
Have you seen a difference, maybe, I don't know, in your team between the different generations, especially those generations who have had a screen in their face, possibly from just, from childbirth?
I have 3 kids. I've seen some bad experience. And I also had some not the experience at work too. Smart people, experienced people, they can clearly explain to AI what they want to achieve. But new people, not experienced people, they say, okay, this is the bad artifact, this is good artifact, make it work. That's it, And they expect that AI will just understand what kind of result should be. Of course, you need a super brain that costs billions of dollars that will solve this problem. But it's not cost efficient. So you need smart people to work with AI to get really good results. So smart people will be in demand, I think even more than now.
So the intelligence doesn't matter whether you have, have years and years of experience, with screens or any kind of technology.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It simplifies because you can talk to AI, you can write. You just need to explain it, and people who can explain it better, and who can very quickly understand what is wrong and correct it. Can create these fast feedback loops. Can create these systems of work. They will be successful.
I'm going to talk a little bit about something a little bit more controversial, and I think one of my favorite essays of yours is called "Who Owns Your Digital Memory?" So you talk about AI assistants are starting to become more extensions of how people think and work. So what part of that evolution do you think people still haven't fully grasped?
It's still evolution, and the tools are still kind of experimental. But I know that the the top providers, they already working on this serious enterprise level solutions. Memory of the company, memory of the department, of an employee. Yes, people don't understand. We all don't understand. Just thinking about it. Imagine that the more you work, the more traces you keep in the systems where you work. And the systems understand what you want and how you want it, and they start to work more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I myself see that some prompts that I do, my colleagues do the same prompts that don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I see, yeah, I already have something in my memory that I explain that I like, that I don't like. Yeah, it kind of works. And of course, this will like grow. Yes, we will get into the moment when we need, to take out memory, yes, and put it into the other system. We leave the job. We would want to take the memory with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Probably it will be a problem. Yeah, bring this memory to the new job. I don't know. Most probably it will not be that easy to do. And the companies, they should start thinking about it. It's not there yet. Yeah, it's maybe next couple of years, but kind of trying to understand it and see how it evolves in their companies. Yeah, and encourage people to train their AI tools to store the memory.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we should be doing now, and it is unpredictable. Yeah. So we just need to monitor and act when we see the pattern. What should be next? So yeah, what I would recommend everybody is to encourage their employees to use memory in ChatGPT, in Claude, in Gemini, wherever else.
I mean, if we're talking about on the company level, what about on the like state level and even like European level? I mean, Europe, we know is always a little bit more behind. They've just come up with the AI Act, which is probably already outdated, let's be honest. And they're still talking about protecting your data, etc. They're a little bit far behind, talking about let's protect the memory of people within on the company level. Do you think this should be something that the EU should be considering as putting into an act, or should this be left to the companies to decide?
It's also hard to say because you need to see it like on a level of the entire European Union. It's very hard. Yeah, I would suggest the government authorities to start to use AI themselves. Yeah, and start to put in their memory. Yeah, to understand how it works and what kind of risks and opportunities it can have, and how it can build efficiency. Yeah, of how people work and what they do, and this way they can come to better laws in the future. Yeah, of course we would need something because the otherwise can be problems when people lose their job, when people just leave the jobs, when you're already not working in this company, but some kind of an agent with your memory continues to do the job on a similar level as you did. Yeah, and you're not there, but the agent is kind of continue to bring in value for the company, and you train this agent. So do you off part of it or not? So I don't know. It's very hard to think about it. I'm not a lawyer, but it would be a problem.
I mean, there's talk now of us of a act in where is it in Denmark that they put out, I think, a law just a few months ago about ownership over your own face, and that's physical. And I guess that is something a little bit easier to protect because there's a lot of talk about like images being abused and reused and used by people, and who owns your image. I guess when it comes to something a little bit more internal, it's a little bit more difficult to say who owns what. How do you know that idea is original when you may have taken it from anything else? You used the phrase cognitive freedom. What do you mean by that?
Well, cognitive freedom is when you own your own memories, your own thoughts that are in a digital system, and you can manipulate it. You can take it from one system to the other system. You control it. Yes, and it's one of the possible futures that can happen. It's just an idea, but of course, the people, government who will think about it, they they can go this way, the other way. They will see the risks. The laws should be not developing very quickly, yeah, because you can write something and you can block some very good ideas, yeah. So you need to see what is the bad behavior, what is the good behavior, and slowly try to stop the bad behavior, yeah. So we should be very careful about the new laws. Absolutely, yeah. Having them is important, but speeding up is very bad practice that can stop completely something and let the competitors from the other countries like grow in this area and take over. So I like this idea of freedom, cognitive freedom, but it's like kind of future of maybe next 20, 50 years, not now. Yeah.
What about, let's talk about a little, maybe freedom's not the right word here, but giving a little bit more empowerment to organizations working in very regulated sectors. What is AI offering them now whilst, the regulators are still kind of figuring out AI and where they should be putting the guardrails and control?
Well, of course, if you work in a regulated market, you have a lot of rules, right? And for example, SOFTSWISS, we have a legal department, a very big one, very strong one. The guys know a lot, but they spend a lot of time to analyze the problem, yeah, and understand that everything is fine, yeah, and okay, we can do this, we can't do that, yeah. But with AI, you can build sort of automated pipelines, workflow, where most of these validations, check of the laws, and understanding possible potential ways to go, yeah, this can be automated, and from hundreds of documents, they can get to really several options, yes, and they can save time, they can understand what they can impact, yeah, and save a lot of time for themselves, save themselves from problems that can get that they somehow could miss, yeah, without AI. So I think AI can really help us to improve these areas which are heavily regulated. They can help us to move faster in these areas and mitigate the problems of this regulation.
My last question to you is, what kind of future do you personally hope we build around this technology rather than allowing it to just shape us on its own?
Right. I like, maybe you've seen this TV show Star Trek in the past, yeah? And I like the approach to AI that they have. If you see, AI doesn't feel everything, yeah? It's a kind of assistant, yeah? So your Starship is a AI tool, yeah? And you have this holographic deck, yeah, where you can play whatever you want. And it just assists you with everything, but it's not in front of you. And I think that this is the most proper future that can be, where AI assists. It's all people in this TV show, they're smart, yeah, they know a lot, but when it goes into details, how you do it, yeah, it's AI that do this for them. And I think this is the best way how it was represented, how it can be.
Denis, it's been wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your knowledge. I think there's so many things that a lot of our listeners will just be able to take on and maybe apply to their own companies, their own personal lives. So thank you so much for sharing your time and giving it to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Great.